So I want to give a shout out to this blacksportsonline.com. These guys have come across text messages from one of the accusers in regards to Deshaun. And in these text messages, she is apologizing for her inappropriate behavior with Deshaun. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to go through these texts. I'm not sure if you guys can see them. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So you guys can get a look. I think that's good. But you see here, DW, Deshaun, says, can you text the address again? And obviously they have redacted the address. You have all size towels, right? No, I thought I could go run to go get some. Can you bring them with you? Okay, I'm gonna run and see what I can find in NRG. Not sure what that means. Okay, no worries. Take your time. Walking in. Okay, I'm at the door. And then this would have been that day, 4:57 p.m. She says, "Hi, Deshaun. Just wanted to say thank you for trusting me with your massage today. I'll be here till January 3rd if you'd like to come get another one." Sounds good. Thank you. Now, let's move on to the next one. Now, in this one, this is a text that was received early in the morning. "I hope all is well. I just want to say I apologize for my actions. That was not me, and if I could take back that moment, I would. I really devalued my integrity and profession. My sessions have never went like that. I feel really horrible as a person." And the response here is, "I'm sorry. What do you mean?" But I think that this is huge right here. This is an apology for actions. What actions? What did you do? An apology for actions. So does this give more weight to his side of the story, at least in this case? I would say hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, of course, you'd have to drill down further and find out what exactly in actual the words to what exactly explains this from a verbiage standpoint. What are you talking about specifically? But we all know this is an apology for something that happened. So moving on from that one, you're gonna start to see things kind of turn a little bit here in how these two are communicating. And I think that it is really telling that the tone shift of this entire conversation and how things begin to kind of degrade into what could be considered nefarious actions. So let's take a look. Now here, I believe this is now on the Instagram. It says, "Let me hit my manager to send it to me. I'm currently on vacation, so I will get it to you." Not sure exactly what they're talking about, but it says, "Hey, Deshaun, I know you're probably busy, but can you scan me the executed copy of the original NDA you have via email?" Non-disclosure agreement. Non-disclosure agreements. What do those usually go out with? What are those usually associated with? Those things are associated with parties agreeing not to speak about the details of a case because someone is paying money to bury it. Now, obviously, you see the name down here at the bottom. Warm regards, Shanae, one of the accusers. Let's see here. Also, I wanted to know if you're interested in a follow-up call to make sure we're on the same page about a game plan moving forward. Collaborating to make sure everything runs smoothly in this situation. Deshaun, I need to speak with your manager again. Later that morning, "Hey Deshaun, your manager was pretty contentious about negotiations. No problem. I wish you the best and good luck." Wow. This is intent right here that you can read into that and say this is intent. What exactly does he need good luck for? I wish you the best and good luck. For what? And you're talking about how his manager is pretty contentious about negotiations, so you're clearly not happy about how those negotiations played out. But what? What is the intent here? Where is this going? This is now turned into a contentious conversation. Smash that like button. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, Houston, April 19th, 2021, from Tony Busby, the Busby Law Firm. Statement to the press. This isn't even a court filing or a complaint being filed. This is a statement to the press. As fully anticipated, and despite his lawyer's previous statements, Deshaun Watson's only defense is to call these brave women liars. The weak and vague allegations made in defendant's response are demonstrably false. Watson can't deny he sought out an unusually high number of women for massages on Instagram. He doesn't deny he insisted on being nude or nearly nude. He can't deny the massage sessions occurred. He can't deny he wanted more than a massage. And he hasn't credibly denied that something bad happened during the session. He instead claims that any sexual acts were consensual. Of course, his definition of consent doesn't comport with that of everyone else. I have faith that the court process will sort out the truth of the truth as these matters progress. So, I think there's a little bit of a timeline there you can kind of fall behind. You can kind of see that there is a series of events that take place that lead to this point on April 19th, 2021. And, there's a lot there that when you put it all together, at least with this particular individual, is there any reason that the FBI wouldn't look at that and say, whoa, wait a minute. This seems like it could be extortion going on. I think at least with this accusation, there's at the very least enough evidence to look into it more, at the very least. But what do you guys think? That's what it looks like to me, guys. At least with this one. I mean, I haven't seen any of these texts. I've not even really been keeping up with this thing because it's so convoluted. And, until there's something coming out from the court or something coming out from the police, it's like, just wait and see, right? Just wait and see. So let's see. Let's see. So this is Jasmine Brooks. And this is a different person than the one we just saw. She says the next day Brooks spoke to KHOU about the situation. She didn't deny sending the messages, which explained her decision to stop providing massages after 2.5 years. The first from Brooks. I know. Then from Brooks. That's crazy. Who are these two? Then from Brooks, I told you I stopped working with him. Next response, yeah, why? Finally, 4 replies from Brooks, because I was hearing too much stuff about him messing with other people. Oh, because I was hearing too much stuff about him messing with other people. Devil's in the details. The devil is in the details. Other people is different than he was doing inappropriate things, and I don't want to deal with that. If we're just breaking things down to the simplest form, this is a message that is sent, generally from somebody who doesn't like that they're not exclusive. But let's read the rest of it. There's more context. Like other therapists and estheticians, he's been doing a lot the last 3 to 4 months, and I've even told his ass he needed to be careful because his name getting around. I just hope don't nobody call me to question me. What does this mean? What does all this mean? I mean, if I'm thinking about this, and just being real about it, hell, back in my younger days, I've heard this type of thing before from girls that I would date. and it's never implied by me that it's exclusive, that they get angry when one of their friends of a friend mentions my name and it makes its way to them. Then I start hearing things about, you're messing with all these girls. And it's already in her mind that I'm messing with all these girls. So that's what this kind of sounds like to me. I don't know. I mean, how many other people have been in those situations where you hear this kind of chatter from a female or from a spouse, a friend, or a side piece, or whatever it may be, where they get mad because your name came up in circles, and now because everybody talks, now there's a little bit of jealousy here. Okay, so she issued statements in support of him. Okay. This now that puts that frames this much more consistently. So she's making she's literally trying to cover why she was texting about him like this. So it doesn't really, I'm not understanding, if you're going to try and cover for him in this regard, we still don't know exactly what all of this messing with other people is. I think that, again, it comes down to she was probably dealing with him personally, and she found out that he's looking and having his pick of the litter. And, maybe there was a genuine concern that, hey, watch out, one of these girls might try and get you, which we saw from the, I think Renee was her name, the other one, the text messages from earlier. So, okay, if that's the angle that she's going to take, then okay, cool. But if that's not what we're talking about, then one, you could be held liable if you're lying about him doing something that's illegal or inappropriate. But if it was illegal or inappropriate, then why haven't you said that in the text with your friend that you were talking to? And I even told him his ass needed to be, he needed to be careful because his name is getting around. That's weird. That's weird to me. It really is. And I mean, I see some chatter in here about what does this mean for, his prospects as a player, Honestly, who knows? Who knows, man? The NFL, it's already a difficult system when it comes to player conduct to actually understand where the consistency is in it, because there are some times when guys get charged with things in their private life, and for one, there's the running back from Washington football team who the charges against him were just dropped, and he was cut the moment that the charges were made, but the charges ended up being dropped. So he's out of a job. He's allowed now to come back. And I think he's looking at a 6-game suspension, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's looking at a 6-game suspension. Brooks was then questioned about the text exchange. She first said it was taken completely out of context. I mean, do you guys think it was taken completely out of context? We just read through her stuff, and it doesn't sound like somebody who's accusing him of committing a crime. Somebody who's accusing him of being promiscuous, which, last I checked, that's not illegal. It's not illegal unless it's unconsensual. And I mean, if it's 3 or 4 months of him getting around with the therapists and the estheticians, well then, if they weren't consensual, why are y'all talking about it as if they were? Because that's what some of what I'm seeing from her looks like. And again, this is perspective based on what I see, what I'm reading. I'm not judging or saying one way or the other. I'm just I'm connecting dots and just saying, okay, if this is this, if 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4, then what's 4 plus 4? 8. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to do here? Okay, in the interview, Brooks explained that she stopped massaging Watson because he had been working with so many people. She said that she thought there was a potential liability issue. What? That don't make no sense. If Watson were to be injured by one of the various people working on him, I just didn't want that on my plate anymore. To me, that's bullshit. What she said right here is not the truth. Because let's be real. If you understand how business works and how insurance for businesses work, a massage therapist company or individuals who have LLCs, there is insurance that's required for them to operate, and insurance handles injuries. That's if Deshaun decides, okay, I'm gonna file a lawsuit because this woman, pulled my hamstring while she was giving me a massage. You know what I mean? Like that's not something that you're generally going to be concerned about when you're talking about why you don't want someone seeing other massage therapists. There is only one that I can really think of, and that is because you want him to yourself. That's maximum profit for you. That's notoriety. That is going to further your career and your reputation as a massage therapist. These things are, that's business 101. You connect with people who have influence because their influence rubs off on you. And her first response to explain these text messages is to say she was worried about potential liability issues. We're talking about liability? When your text message says he's been doing a lot the last 3 to 4 months, and I even told his ass he needed to be careful because his name is getting around. I just hope don't nobody call me to question me. I can't get past this line because I've been hearing too much stuff about him messing with other people. Messing with other people means having relations with other people. She doesn't like that. I think that's clear as day, especially for those of us who, look, I was a pro athlete. I had my pick of the litter for the longest. And these kind of conversations are had about girls talking to girls about who else are you messing with, because they don't like that you messing with other people. That's how it is. That's how it is. And I mean, I guess everybody can't necessarily understand how that works. A lot of times if you begin to date someone and they hear anything or they see you just standing around other women or anything like that, now it becomes a jealousy game. And that's the truth of it. I've lived that countless times. I mean, come on. Come on. That makes sense as to all of her text messages except for one. I just hope don't nobody call me to question me. Now, what does that mean? I think, personally, you talk about this, they're going to be asking, did you mess with him? That's what it is. Girls always want to find out who another person is messing with. Now, could be wrong. Could be, okay, this girl said that he did this and she didn't want that, and I don't want nobody coming to question me. Could be that. Could be that. Not gonna say that that's an impossibility. But if that's the case, generally, you make it known that that's a kind of situation that he's looking at. Why does she hope no one calls her to question her? She freely agreed to speak, and she spoke without hesitation or equivocation. Common sense suggests that I just hope don't nobody call me to question me means that there's something she knows or that she's heard that she doesn't want to have to disclose regarding Deshaun Watson. Well, could be a number of things. A lot of times it's personal affairs, personal business. He's in a relationship. Who she doesn't want to come question her is likely his spouse, likely his girl. She don't want his girl. I mean, come on. We kind of know how this plays out. If you're a modern guy and you've been in these situations, you know how it plays out. You go to sleep, your phone's sitting we all know the Tiger Woods story. Your phone's sitting on the nightstand, and whoop, somebody gets a peek at your text messages or gets a peek at your Instagram message. It pops up on your screen. I mean, you see it on TV, you see it in all kinds of different situations in life. That's the constant drama between men and women. So you see this, and I would think that's probably the most likely scenario, because she doesn't want to have to talk to his girl. And his girl, as girlfriends will do, they will do their detective work, and then they'll start hitting people up on the side, asking questions and making threats. You know what I mean? So shoot, this is all the stuff that we're talking about. I'm not really sure how things are going to end up. Again, it's crazy. It's a lot of he say, she say. But like I said, these things here are huge because they're showing that it's not, this doesn't sound like somebody who is accusing. This sounds like somebody who knows they did something and they felt guilty about it. They willingly did it, but now after the fact feel guilty. Well, look, that's life. You know, this shit happens. You know, does that mean that you turn this into a misconduct case? No.